The pig was released to Debadilla on the 23rd of January 2018 and was the 11th killer added. Like most of the killers released at this time, her power has become a bit outdated as the updates have rolled out. I think this is unfortunate because I believe the pig's power is both very unique, cool, and fitting for the character, and to see how weak it's become is a bit saddening. Nowadays, I don't think it's a controversial statement to say that the pig is one of the weakest killers in Debadilla. Along with Trapper and Myers, the pig is always at the bottom of many killers' tier lists. In this video, I'm going to share some of my ideas on how to hopefully fix the pig and make her a bit stronger. This is how I'd rework the pig. Before I go over what I'd change about the pig, I'd first like to go over the problems with her power and what causes her to be so weak. With these problems in mind, we can hopefully think of changes that will help the pig where she needs it. To me, the pig has one main problem with her kit, and that's her stealth power. You may be wondering why I don't consider her reverse spirit traps to be the main problem. This is because not only do I think her stealth problem is a bigger problem, but that her reverse spirit traps are actually in a good spot and don't need to be changed. Let me explain. A little while back, changes were made to the reverse spirit traps to make them much less dependent on randomness. In case you didn't know about this change, to quickly explain, the reverse spirit trap now works like this. By default, 5 jigsaw boxes will spawn in any given map. If there's 4 players in the game, there's now 12 guaranteed box searches split between each player. What this means is that if each player gets a trap in their head, in total, they'll search 12 jigsaw boxes. So if 2 players search 4 boxes each, then the remaining 2 players will have to search 1 and 3 boxes, 3 and 1 boxes, or 2 and 2 boxes. Survivors are also guaranteed to get their current trap off after the 4th search, so the pig can't just camp one of the jigsaw boxes. These changes made the reverse bear trap more consistent and buying the pig time. To add, there's also not many ways you can buff the reverse bear traps. Buff the lethality and you have a power that may unfairly kill survivors early on. Buff how long it takes to take the trap off, and you have a power that is a chore to go against. This is why I think the reverse bear traps are actually in a good spot and don't need any major changes. Meanwhile, I believe the pig's stealth power is the opposite. It leaves a lot to be desired. To quickly summarize their stealth power, as a pig you have the ability to crouch. While crouched, you move at 90% speed, 100% being survivor sprinting speed, and are undetectable. While crouched, you are also able to perform a charged lunge attack. The attack takes 2 seconds to charge and allows the pig to move at 172.5% speed during the extended lunge. Here are the issues that I think are most problematic with this power. To start, moving at a 90% speed while crouched is a huge detriment. As more killers get released, it has become increasingly clear that good mobility greatly improves how strong a killer is. With decreased movement speed, it makes traversing the map and patrolling gens even harder than it is for a killer lacking a mobility power. This problem is even more evident when you compare her ability to other stealth killers like Wraith and Ghostface, where both of these killers don't move slower and in Wraith's case even moves faster. You can only really use the crouch to sneak up at survivors when you 100% know they're going to be there, or else you've wasted far too much time. Secondly, the roar at the start of the charge of her lunge attack gives survivors way too much time to react. What could be a cool power that keeps survivors on the edge of their seats as they do gens is ruined by a loud lion roar that I don't even think is very fitting for the character. Again, this problem is even more evident when compared to other stealth killers. Ghostface can swing straight out of stealth and Wraith's spell only starts halfway through the uncloak. While you can still get used with the lunge attack at certain loops, and some players have even figured out some creative techniques with it, I find it disappointing that you rarely are able to ambush survivors with it, despite it being called an ambush dash. So after looking at what I think are the pig's main problems, we can see that in order to fix the pig, we have to make some tweaks to her stealth power to make it more worthwhile to use, to make the ambush attack actually be able to ambush survivors. Here are some changes I have in mind that I think could make these things happen. The first change is to simply make her move full speed while crouched. This alone will make the power much more useful in more situations, but this change can't be implemented alone. Having infinite undetectable at full speed on command wouldn't be fair. For example, Ghostface moves full speed while undetectable, but there's many ways for him to be forced out of his stealth mode. There's no way to get Pig out of her stealth mode besides stunning her, but that's not really feasible all the time. To make this balanced, I would change slightly how crouch works. Crouching would now have a meter. This means you wouldn't be able to crouch forever. Instead, while you crouch, a meter slowly depletes. Once this meter is fully depleted, you'll be forced out of crouch. To refill this meter, you just simply stay out of crouch. For every second you're not crouched, the meter will fill. You'd be able to crouch at any moment as long as there's some power in the meter, so the meter doesn't need to be full. This change would mean you'd have to manage when you crouch to get the most use out of your power, but while crouching you'll be much faster than before. This means that if you try to sneak up on survivors but they are not there, you don't lose a lot of time like before, but you are slightly punished for misusing your power because now you need to let the crouch meter refill. Another change I'd make would be to remove the line roar at the start of the ambush attack. Instead, once you start charging the ambush attack, you'll start emitting a tear radius. This Terradius would start off at 8 meters, but climb all the way up to 32 meters once the attack is fully charged. This would give a sound cue that all survivors can react to, but one that wouldn't be as blatantly obvious as a lion roaring. Every time a survivor hears a slight Terradius, they'll have to figure out if it's a pig ambush or if the pig has just gotten close. If they ignore the Terradius, they may fall victim to a pig ambush, but if they play it too safe, they may waste little time they could have spent on a gen. I think this will instill a little paranoia and make facing the pig just a bit more scary. That concludes all the changes I'd make to the pig in an effort to make her a bit stronger. Hopefully these changes would not only make her a stronger killer, but also make her a bit more fun to play as and against. If you have any changes you'd make, you can leave a comment below. I'd like to thank you for making it this far. I hope you enjoyed your time. If you liked this video, you may enjoy some of my other videos. Currently, only 18.5% of people who watch my videos are subscribed. If you're not subscribed and you'd like to see more videos like this, I'd ask that you do. If you'd like to see behind the scenes of my videos or updates about upcoming videos, you can follow me on Twitter. That's all for now. Thank you, and goodbye.